The grand opening of the Diamond Casino and Resort. Play around, escape the ordinary, an exclusive luxury adult playground with limitless indulgences. Binge and give in to temptation in our VIP casino. Play table games, slot machines, bet on horses.
Lonely stepbrother takes the race.
Spin the lucky wheel to win prizes or a new luxury car. Depraved nightlife, world-class luxury shopping. Or relax on the roof terrace and swing by the hot tubs and infinity pool. The party doesn't have to stop. Spend your money sensibly by purchasing a luxury penthouse, complete with lounge, guest bedrooms, home theater, bar, private tables, spa, and an office. Penthouse owners can play high-limit tables and chill in the VIP lounge with other people of a certain caliber. Give in to your whims and desires and an experience you'll never forget. Until you do. Private, pristine, impeccable. The most exclusive casino in San Andreas. The Diamond Casino and Resort. Play around.
And that was the intro to the new update on GTA, the casino update. Now this is it. Well, I'm going to be doing my review on this, guys, but first of all, how are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing great today. This is the new casino. I'm doing a small review. In this review I'm going to be showing you guys everything on what you can do, what you have access to as a standard membership. And then I will be showing you the penthouse and how much everything costs. But basically, with a standard membership, you can play slots, as I'll show you in a few minutes here. But you can play slots, you can play poker. You can only play poker in the small area, not in the big area where the stakes are a lot higher. And this is the spinning wheel as well, you win prizes. And here's some slot. You just press the button and you try and win stuff. Obviously I don't, but you know, it's pretty good, not too bad. It's different, certainly. You could have a few goes at it, certainly, at that. We're just gonna move on. But overall, you know, it looks really nice. The clothing is there as well. There's different clothing that's exclusive to the casino. If you want to buy it, you have to have the chips. And this is something else here. You can do a horse betting. And basically how it works is there's two betting systems. There's the main event and then there's the single event. And you just pick one. So the horses look a bit like they are in Red Dead. I just pick the single event here, and then you can see the different odds. You know, you pick the horse that you think's gonna win, and then you choose how much you bet, and then the outcome. If your horse comes first, you get like the payout basically. And this is it. You know, it's pretty interesting. It's actually kind of fun. I actually think the horse racing is probably one of the funnest things that's in the casino. I find it really fun to do. It's really exciting because you just don't know what's gonna happen. And I think that's a really nice, neat thing that they've added. Certainly. I was actually I knew that there's going to be horse racing, but I didn't think it would be like this. And I think this is a great wee way for them to introduce it and bring it in. So that's a tick for Rockstar right there. But that's the betting side of it. And obviously, you can do the main event and you might get more money. It just depends. But this is just so far. So there's other really exclusive areas like in here, but as a standard membership you cannot get in here. It will force you out. That's something that you get access to when you actually buy a penthouse. You get the VIP membership, and again this is sort of more VIP area. I think. Well, as we just go around here, there's another area for you to sit in that you can have access to. Overall, you do get access to, as a standard membership, you do get access to blackjack, poker, roulette, but you can't play in here. That's something you cannot do. So you can't, because this is VIP memberships only. But out here, I'm pretty sure you do have access. Yes, you do. You have access to all the different games. It's free card poker, blackjack. All very fun games to play, certainly, and I've played a few and I find that they're enjoyable to play as well. But I feel so far like playing this update has really made me feel that it's nothing. It doesn't really feel new. It feels like it's 5 years old, really. And this is the car you can win, the Bugatti. If you get the prize draw thing to spin the wheel. Now this is the website on where you go to buy your Penthouse, and this is just showing all the different features, or everything you can get. And I'm just going through the website. It's very similar to the website that they put out on Twitter. They sent a link to that. You could click on it, and then we go to this. And this is what you can buy. You can get 1.5, 6.5, another 1.5, and 3.75. Now we're gonna go through some of these. Personally, I think I will probably just build my own. I will not spend the full amount on this, but I think we'll customize this and we'll see how much the full amount actually comes to. I don't know what the 6.5 is. I'll look at that in a minute. But I'm just wondering, could you get it for less than 6.5? And still get everything. Why do they charge you 6.5 for just a really? It is more just like another house. Right, so this is the 3.5. You get half of the stuff realistically, and let's just go back into that. You get half of the stuff. Do you know what? Let's just build our own, shall we? Is this the 6.5 one? I think this is. No, it's not. No, it's not the 6.5, but this is the 1.5 where you build it yourself, and you can add things on here. So let's just do like only things. So this is the lounge. This is the entertainment room. This is the spa. Now I'm just adding all this up. And as we're going along, I'm not actually going to pay this, because I think some of the things you don't actually necessarily need. And we'll go for that. So far it's getting very expensive. If you want pretty much majority of the things, and that's it. Let's go next. Then you've got choice of wallpaper and stuff, like what color. I'm just going for the very expensive to see if it does actually total up to 6.5, just in case, because I don't know what the difference is if you did separate or not. And it's looking like, yeah, it is sort of looking like that. No matter what way you do it, if you want everything, it's going to be 6.5 million. And to be honest with you, some of the things that you buy, you don't necessarily need. I'm gonna be honest. That's everything. That's the most expensive way to go, and it's 6.5. So I think what this means is that if you want everything, you don't necessarily have to go through the process of customizing it yourself. You just go straight for the 6.5 million one, and then that's you. You got everything you've been given. And honestly, I wouldn't spend 6.5 million. So at this point, I honestly believe that you should either get a small amount of things, or not all of it, because not all of it is actually worth it. But like I say, it's personal choice. This is like half of. This isn't half of it. But yeah, these are just the different styles you can get as well for different prices. Now we're going to move on to the cars. Now these are the cars they've added into the game. That's the Bugatti that you can win for free. And I honestly believe it's not. I don't think it's worth that price that they're wanting for you to buy straight away. Some of the other cars are just alright, but I would not recommend you go out of your way spend 2.76 million on it, because it just is not really worth it. I don't think it is anyway. So I think your best bet is going through the casino. And here are some other vehicles they've added. There's a new Mini, another SUV, I think that is, and maybe the odd other thing, but nothing really too new there. So we're going to go back to the Diamond Resort, and I'm going to start building mine. I'm going to start to build mine up. So obviously you get the bedroom, standard. Honestly, I think the lounge, if you want to have an entertainment area and stuff like that, you have to buy the lounge. So I would go for that personally. And then I think when it comes to entertainment, I think, yeah, I get the entertainment room, but this room here, the sort of bar and stuff, do you necessarily need it? You know, that's the question. I personally don't think. It's personal choices whether you want your own mini bar area there. You know, I might get it just for the sake of me having some extra money, but overall, it's not necessary. I would not bother with the poker area. I would not bother with the extra garage space, the extra bed. The spa, I wouldn't recommend that either, because these are all things that, for me, you've already got. And the office as well, you can get an office in here. Because you think about it, you've already got an office if you've bought one. You know, you've already got a laptop to work with. The extra bedroom you don't necessarily need. You know, you've got other bedrooms, other properties for that, and there's clothing stores anyway if you want to change your appearance anyway. Change your clothing, and then the garage is just another 10-story garage. You know, you don't necessarily need that when you've already got an apartment that potentially has 10 cars in it. You know, or if you bought the office and you got the extra garage space, you know, that's an even more 10. So you don't necessarily need all of that. So the build that I would recommend, if you're starting from 1.5 mil up, is get the entertainment, the lounge obviously, and then get the sort of drinks and bar area. I would get that if you. Well, I would only get the drinks and bar area if you have a bit of spare cash. If you don't, I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't bother. To be honest with you, I think it's just something that's there, that technically doesn't necessarily need to be there. But overall, I will show you what the Penthouse looks like. But I honestly believe this update is just. It feels like old. It doesn't feel like it's new. It doesn't feel like that it's something that we've never seen before. I feel like that at the moment that this update should have obviously came out a good 5-6 years ago. And I think if it had came out 5 years ago, it would have been such a big thing. Obviously it's been brought out to keep the game fresh, and I totally understand that. You know, any game company would do that if they were planning on making the game fresh or not. I think that's a very key thing to keep getting the game fresh. But this update in general just feels a bit. It's not bad or worse. It just feels like it's been there before. It just feels like that I've been here before, but I haven't, sort of thing. And should you take part in this? I would say spend as little as possible on the Penthouse. I honestly do, I'll show you in a minute what the Penthouse looks like, but I honestly would not recommend you guys going out and spending 6.5 million on the whole thing, unless you really have 10-20 million to waste, unless you really do not have that time. I rarely play GTA anymore, because I've played it for the last 5 to 6 years, and I'm just doing a wee video on it here. I do like the look of the Bugatti though. That is very good. There's just to confirm a few things as well. The spinning wheel. You can only have one go at that. So you have one go, and then you have to wait till tomorrow or the next day to have another go. Which I personally feel at the end of the day, it for me personally, that's a bit okay-ish. I don't really mind it. It's not something that I would have thought they would have put in, but yeah, you only have one. You can only do it once a day, basically, the spin of the wheel, and then that's it. Other changes they've put changes to the passive mode. The passive mode is changed now from used to be like a couple of minutes to like 1 to 2, but it's now been increased to 4 minutes. So once you go into passive mode, and let's say you want to go out of it, as soon as you go out of it, you have to wait 4 minutes now until you can go back into passive mode. That's how it works now. The other changes is that if you go into a militarized vehicle, that puts you out of passive mode. So it does. So that basically means you can no longer be in a jet, and if you're about to be killed, it basically means that you can no longer go into passive mode, which is a good thing. It just means that if you have a jet fight, your opponent won't automatically go into passive mode like they always do, sort of thing. That is a good thing, in a way. And it just means the passive mode is sort of exclusive to people in non-militarized cars, which that hasn't changed. It was always like that anyway. But I'm just looking through here at some of the things that you can just double check at everything really. But yeah, I know that this is everything pretty much. They haven't added any more weapons either, just to confirm that. No new weapons. It's simply just cars and this, and there's missions as well to do. You don't get access to the missions if you don't buy membership. If you don't buy the Penthouse, so you don't. But I'm gonna go ahead and buy this, and then I'll give you guys a tour of it. So and right, here we are. Well, this is it, guys. This is the Penthouse. It's just door wrong door. Yeah, this is it, guys. It's actually not bad. That's the exit. This is the first room. This is like the lounge. There's alcohol there. This is a lounge and stuff. It's okay. You get a nice view there. It's not necessarily what I would have designed it differently, but Rockstar have designed it their way. And you can buy things to put on the walls with casino chips. Because I did think it looked a bit empty, this room, without anything, but you can buy things to put on the walls. So suppose, are they worth it? It's again debatable. This is the cinema room, or movie room. It looks quite nice. I like the way the doors open. It's very spaceshipy sort of age. Very futuristic looking. That's just what I like. And there's something on, I don't even know what's on TV in the movie, just something desperate. And sort of a night sky and entertainment on the roof there. And then the speakers and stuff. You can add decorations in here. I really hope, I know Christmas is quite far off, but come the Christmas time, they usually put Christmas trees in the houses, and it would be pretty nice to see a few Christmas decorations available to put up in here, or even Halloween stuff. And over here, well, this is movie. There's a games console you can play. This is the bar. This is the party bar section I was telling you about. where you have your own bar assistant. The drinks are actually free here compared to downstairs in the casino. These drinks cost money, the ones I'm looking at, except for the champagne. Obviously, champagne still costs money. You can actually invite people up to have an actual party up here. So you can, that is a thing you can do. And then these are just games consoles as well, the retro style ones. You can change those from retro to more up to date ones like iPads and stuff. I keep it retro because I prefer retro just in general. Old tech is the best tech if you ask me. I'm just checking the radio. Just sort of sort this. I don't get why the video wasn't on in the first place, honestly. But this is this section of it anyway. Now I'm going to show you a bit more of it. It's so far, like the Penthouse in general is just okay. It's not necessarily something that, you know, I would have liked a bit more detail and maybe a bit more design. But like I say, it's the Penthouse. You know, it's what it is, and these are just rooms that's a very small toilet. That's all I'm gonna say to that. And this is another door. And we're just back out here. And this is like a wee area. You can go outside onto the roof and stuff. And this is another room that I haven't bought yet, but I don't intend to buy it. You can go outside, but you won't be in passive mode. You'll have to go into passive mode yourself to survive. But you can go outside and start firing things at other players. But yeah, we'll go. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then that was the clothing section. This is the bed, not the bedroom. The bedroom's over there. Again, this is more sort of relaxation area. It's just okay. That was a rocket. People firing rockets already. From outside, it's got the crap out of me actually, so it did. There's the TV. Honestly, it's just okay. The Penthouse. I wouldn't be going buck daft with going on a spending spree on it. I would spend little as possible on it because I honestly do not think that it's worth the full 6.5. I think for what I spent, it's reasonable. It just depends what you want, really, at the end of the day. And then there's a bigger bathroom.
They're a multinational with interests in oil and gas.
And like I say, you can purchase a garage for your cars, but I don't see the point in the garage or the office or the spa. You know, do you know what it feels like sometimes? It feels a bit like a per man's yacht. That's what it feels like. You know, the yacht was always very expensive. I never bought one, but I did see the customization on it, and I also feel that this is, I may be being a bit harsh on the Penthouse, but it does feel like a per man's yacht. Because like yeah, there are certain things in here that you don't have that the yacht doesn't have, but at the end of the day, it is kind of like a boat that can't be moved. You know, this is what this is, really, and it's not that I wouldn't say you shouldn't buy one. I think that I've done a few missions; they're not bad. Depends what they lead to at the end. You know, if there's a big reward at the end of doing all these missions, well then, you know, I would say then yeah, maybe for the missions, but it just depends how much money you want to make from this. Like, I don't think you'll make your money back anytime soon. I think again, it's a bit like the nightclub. The more missions you do, and this is the wheel, obviously. I'm just gonna show you my spin. I honestly believe that the wheel is the only way you're going to make money, realistically, from the casino itself. Just by doing the spin once a day. Like, you will earn money, obviously, by winning and stuff and then depositing. but at the end of the day, you know, it's just what it is. You know, it's nothing too special. And one more other thing is that once you get any money you earn, you can just take that back to the cashier and turn it into cash. So you can just take the chips and bring it back into cash and do whatever you, excuse me, do whatever you want. But I'm going to end the video here, guys. To sum this sort of review up, it's good, but it's a bit old. It feels a bit old, you know, it feels like it's been here for ages. Doesn't feel like it's new to me. Even though that it is new, but it isn't. I know that sounds weird, but should you update or should you buy one? I think if you've got money to spend, by all means go for it. If you're not too fussed about them, I actually think if you're not too fussed about the missions or the extra stuff, like being access to the private rooms and being able to earn a bit more, then I would not worry a single bit about that. Then just stay away from it. But like I say, guys, I think that's overall verdict. Should you buy it? I would say yes in a way. But that's only if you have the money to spend and you don't really care at the end of the day what you spend it on. But like I say, if you're not really interested in the Penthouse, then you don't need to buy it. That's just my overall verdict. But like I said, if you watched me build mine together, put mine together, I would go that way as well. I would just pick that way because it's reasonably cheaper and it's not too expensive if you do decide it. And the drink here is reasonably okay. It's cheaper than the nightclub, I think. But that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Take care.